Hello everybody, my name is Ethan. Welcome back to the channel where today we are going to be detailing the Fighting Cup meta. It's the newest cup released in Pokemon GO Battle League. So as you can see, we are on the season 11 schedule. That's the season we are on currently. And if we scroll all the way down, this season is almost over. We're going to have a good look at the last two cups before we get the three cups at the end of the season here. And that's going to be the Great League, which is pretty standard, and the Fighting Cup. So the Fighting Cup is quite interesting. If we hop over to PV Poke here, we're going to get a good view of what the Fighting Cup actually is. It obviously is pretty self-explanatory. All fighting types are going to be allowed in this cup. Now, there are definitely going to be a few key Pokemon that are really good in this meta. The first one is definitely going to be Hakomo-O, which Hakomo-O and Kommo-O are both dragon types with access to Dragon Tail, which is just going to be doing a lot of neutral damage to the entirety of this meta. Now, the other thing that is going to be very dominant is the fighting types that are also not weak or neutral to fighting, such as poison fighting types or bug fighting types. So you can see the top two here besides Hakomo-O are going to be Sneasler, which not a lot of people are going to be having Sneasler because you had to have it in a certain period of time. You had to trade it with somebody else and get it to a low enough CP so that it could be evolved into the Great League. I'm going to tell you right now, not a lot of people are going to be having a Sneasler in this cup or in general, right? And instead of running the traditional move set of X-Scissor, you're actually going to be instead running Aerial Ace, obviously, for the fighting types. Second one is going to be Buzzwole, another Pokemon you might not actually see that much. You had to go to the Pokemon Go Fest in Seattle, I believe, to get Buzzwole. So unless you did that, you're not going to be able to use that mod. Now let's get to the mods that people are actually going to be using. And one of the main ones is definitely going to be Toxicroak. The reason why is Toxicroak does take a not very effective damage from fighting type moves, so that's always good. It's going to have access to Mud Bomb, which is going to be able to hit other opposing Toxicroaks or poison types for super effective damage, so that's why it's going to be in there. Now, if we go down a little bit more further down the list, you're going to see some very interesting names. Firstly, Shadow Machamp, obviously just the best fighting type, so you would assume they are going to be pretty high up. So Shadow Machamp and regular Machamp are both here. Instead of running Rock Slide, though, you're going to be running Close Combat, which is definitely interesting. Next, you're going to see Surfetch. Surfetch is a very awesome mon just because it's able to get to Leaf Blades so quickly. The only thing it's definitely going to struggle against is going to be the Toxicroaks and the Buzzwoles of the world. So you got to watch out for that. Other than that, you have a very interesting mon that is never going to be in a top 10 of any other cup, and that's going to be Thoreau. Thoreau is interesting because obviously it is a pure fighting type, but it has access to Zen Headbutt, which is obviously going to be doing super effective damage to legitimately every single Pokemon here. So this is a very interesting cup for Thoreau, which, you know, usually wouldn't see much use. So hopefully you do end up seeing a couple of Thoreaus because that is such a cool mon. Now, if we end up going down the list a little bit more, we are going to be able to see Sneasel, Hisuian, Farfetch'd Galarian with that Fury Cutter. I don't understand how well that Fury Cutter is going to do because it's going to be doing not very effective damage. Obviously, it's going to be able to charge the Brave Bird, which is obviously going to be doing nuke damage. But we'll have to see. Then you got some more and some more. Zapdos Galarian with Brave Bird is going to be interesting if you happen to got that one from the incense. The last one that I want to talk about is Combustion because it has access to Peck. So it has access to Peck. It's a low quality move, but since it's a fighting type cup, flying type moves are going to be very, very nice. So even though Combustion is not that great of a mon, it's going to be maybe seen a couple of times. You never know. Those are just the mons that I thought I'd feature. I don't think there's any other ones that are interesting. Obviously, not going to want to run Scrafty here with Acid Spray. Kind of interesting. Don't run Beware. That one's pretty bad too. And yeah, that's pretty much all of them for today, guys. So if I had one little thing to say, look out for a lot of Toxicroaks, a lot of Hakomo-Os, a lot of Kommo-Os, and probably a couple Throws. Didn't mean to rhyme all that, but I did. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Have fun in the Fighting Cup, guys. Peace out.